of professional tournaments. We won a lot of tournaments worldwide. I mean, we won more in the last 10 years worldwide than any company. We make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them.
And welcome back to the 28th Irish Open live from the Leisureplex Bowling Centre in Stillorgan, Dublin, Ireland. My name's Dom Goll from TalkTenpin.net.
My name is Simon Shepherd from Dutch Bowling TV.
That's right. And we're into the final squad of qualifying.
Yeah.
Your featured pair, Lee Credland, Grant Duggan, Scott Walmsley and Line Almestrand.
Berg Almestrand, yeah.
Berg Almestrand.
A Dutch guy too.
We're sweating on a score, aren't we, Si? Because you're on 11th at the minute.
Yeah.
So we need...
we have 4 guys on 14:36. So
if 2 go past you, it knocks you out of the...
First buy,
first buy. So we've got Sam Rose on the lanes, Rita. He's full of pills due to his back problem he had yesterday. But he's on the lanes, he's going to give it a go. Joe Alsibrook also on the lanes. 2014 champion Jamie Bottomley, and Elliot Crosby there is another player that you might want to watch out for, Simon.
Yeah.
If 2 players go past Simon, he drops out of the automatic buy.
Yeah, I won't be here all afternoon. I will be in the hotel at 3, I think.
You hope.
Yeah, I will follow the stream and get scores, but yeah, just get a rest and.
Yeah, towards the end of this block, when you know it's a case of go back to the hotel and have a rest in it.
Yeah. Because the Desperado is at 15:45.
Yeah, give or take any delays, but we've been okay for time. I think everything will be on time. Welcome back to Graham Stewart. Good luck to the 2 Berkshire players again. Shout out to Rita Wood up there in Yorkshire. Thanks for watching, Rita. So Lee Credders opens up with a open frame and a strike. Scott Walmsley with a spare strike. Grant Duggan with a spare strike, and Linneberg Almestrand with a open frame. Oh, 2 open frames then. She's going to have a 6-3 and a 7 split. Reminder, if you've not seen it already, we've got the interview with Kira Ray from the previous squad, the squad winner, up on Talk Tenpin's Facebook page now. So if you want to check that out, there's 3 or 4 interviews up there now. We'll be getting... Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thanks. We'll be getting more interviews. We're also going to redo the interview with Jason from South Africa because we had a problem with the audio.
Sorry for that, guys.
We'll recreate that one.
Good update.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have to eat something during streaming.
Food always comes when the actual streaming starts.
Just like yesterday.
Yeah, sat there with a load of Chinese at the back and couldn't really eat it. Well, you certainly couldn't because you were bowling.
Yeah.
So Credders, 2-time county champion from Lincoln. On a double now, after 3 frames. Scott Walmsley looking for a double after a 9 spare strike. Not a very Dutch name, Scott Walmsley, is it?
No.
English parents or anything like that?
Yeah. Come on, Pee-wee. Yeah. Credders, Pee-wee. A lot of nicknames.
Pee-wee, yeah. Those of the fans of Chewy and Credders, we're going to do a live periscope from Boland's at the after party, or we're going to try. think that might last about 20 minutes, and then it'll be like,
Everything-
whoa, over.
Yeah, everything's going to be crazy. Everybody wants to be on, and
Well, it's going to be a little bit of a weird kind of stream, isn't it? It's just going to walk around with the camera saying, "You're live on Periscope. Please do not swear."
yeah, I think it will be like that.
Well, it's not an official thing. It's not part of the tournament or anything. It's just going to be.
Are we going to get a Chewy and Judder show? Yeah, we're going to.
You are going to get the Chewy and Credit show. We're going to give it a try anyway. We can show you a little bit of the Chewy and Credit show promo.
We straight doing it. We straight doing it.
There you go, the Chewy and Credit show live from Boland's on Sunday night.
There's a warning. It's only 18 plus.
18 plus, yeah. But we will not be filming until after about 10, 12, 11 o'clock, something like that anyway.
Yeah, and after that
it'll be quite late. So,
yeah.
And it's you can only find it on Facebook anyway. It's not going to be linked through any websites or anything.
Nope.
So if you want to find the link, just
You have to like Talk Tenpin.
not even that.
No,
You're going to have to find it via Chewy and Credits, basically.
Yeah.
People's private ones. It's not connected with the tournament as such.
Nope.
It's just kind of give you a little look at the after party.
The party at the Irish Open.
Yeah. One of the reasons why people do come to the tournament is the social aspect of the tournament. So it'd be nice to show that for the first time. There is the saying, "What happens in Ireland stays in Ireland," but maybe not if it's live streamed.
Yeah, but it's an early after party.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some things with shopping trolleys.
I think by 4 o'clock when the shopping trolleys come out, we maybe not be streaming that because
No.
Tesco might be happy.
We were walking to the building this morning and we already saw a shopping trolley laying down the road.
Halfway up the road, yeah. But, we might. Oh, he's thrown it in the gutter on live stream. 2-time county champion. I think we'll have to get a live chat with Credders then. Can you just talk us through that shot, please? We should have had action replays on then. We'll set the action replays up for the finals, probably.
Yeah.
Scott Walmsley, spare Turkey. Grant Duggan, spare four-bagger. How do you do the replays then? You activate it?
Yeah.
And then, so you have to press it before you...
It records the last minute.
Right.
And you get...
So it's already recorded the last minute when it's on, and then you just hit the thing and it'll show you that last minute.
And
What
it
you
will
trim
be
it and,
edited in this one.
uh-huh.
So yeah. We have to get it and turn on audio.
Right.
So
Already halfway through this first game. We'll get scores after 2 games. Game 3 will go down with the roaming cam, and then again at game 5 before we end. Kelly Dara says, I don't want to hear these tales. He's a good boy, really.
yeah, he is. He supported me with Chewy last year in Tilburg. I couldn't find a shot, and they stood beside me and kept me going.
Throughout, yeah. Credders is sort of one of them blokes that you want as a mate.
Yeah.
He's a mad mountain to start with, so if anybody's going to mess with you, they've got to go through Credders. I was in Malta a couple of years ago, and I'm quite a big guy now. I weigh about 15 stone sort of thing. He just picked me up. He was stood on like a podium about 3 or 4 foot higher than me. He just grabbed me around me, under my arms, picked me up.
And put you on.
And put me on the podium.
And in footloose.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, it's quite high as well.
Yeah.
Man,
it's 80, 90 centimeters high or something.
He's got strength. He reminds me of Jeff Capes. I don't know if you guys from England ever remember Jeff Capes. He was like Britain's strongest man for a long time. Like a cross between him and the guy that does, what's his name now? I can't remember his name. He was in Star Wars and Flash Gordon. Brian Blessed.
Yeah, you're a lucky goal, Kelly. You are.
Yeah, but nice to see Credders on the lanes this year. He doing somersaults on his bed last year and broke his ankle.
Yeah.
Couldn't play the tournament. How a 6'5" man as big as him could do somersaults is quite amazing to start with on a bed. And now the bed is still alive.
Yeah.
But just a few of the insights of the Irish Open there. Craig Barrett, open frame, and then 5 in a row, down on 13 and 14. Grant Duggan strings another one for 5 in a row after a spare. He's just come up high and left 2. Keep your comments and chat coming in. If you haven't already, please spread the web address far and wide. Hope to build up a decent following ready for tomorrow, well, tonight's finals and tomorrow's continued finals. There we go. Oh, we're going to get the replay of... Who was that?
Scott.
Oh, Scott.
Yeah, try.
Yeah, we've got the action replays running up and down now, so we might get a chance to use that. Alan Keddy from Scotland has got a double, a spare and a turkey. Medalled in the World Senior Championships last year. The current leader of qualifying is still the young 17-year-old Dane, Tim Stamp, with 15.22, just a pin ahead of the list again, a pin ahead of Rob Thurley, who bowled a 300 in game 2 yesterday. In third place, Paul Moore, the three-time European champion and PBA star, with 14.84, and then Colm Cloak from Ireland with 14.79. Making up the top 5, Kenneth Hermansen from Norway, 14.61. Inside the top 12 at the moment, that would get the one bye. Is it top 6 get 2 byes and
yeah.
top 6 get 2 byes? So yeah. That would be at the moment Tim Stamp, Rob Thirlby, Paul Moore, Colm Cloak, Kenneth Hermansen, and Tore Torgersen, the top 6. And then the next 6 would be John Bang from Norway, Petri Kuturi from Finland, Jason Biziandout from South Africa, Ricky Fraldi from England, Simon Shepherd and Pertu Jasilla at the moment. Comments coming in the chat. If you just joined us, you're watching the 28th Irish Open from the Leisureplex Bowling Centre. And thank you, of course, to our sponsors, our main sponsors this week, in association with Storm, the Bowlers Company. Thank you also to Mayo at Home, TGI Fridays, Crumble and Print, Eco Hygiene, Rocks Jewellers, Cooltech Refrigeration, Dublin Food Sales, Frylight, Glen Ely Foods, Mayo and Starbucks. If you're a potential sponsor out there and you fancy putting some money into the tournament, if you get in touch with Sean Kennedy at Leisureplex, we're only too happy to speak with you. You can have masking units with your company logo on, or you could have adverts in the live streaming. It is entirely up to you.
Or both.
Or both. Or if you want to stick Starbucks on the back of my shirt, I'll quite happily. I don't drink products, I don't drink coffee, but I'd happily be sponsored.
You can get tea at Starbucks as well.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
And good food.
I'm not into this whole sitting in a coffee house.
No.
If you want a coffee, have one at home. Save yourself some money.
Yeah.
No disrespect to the sponsors, of course. I don't think Starbucks will...
Starbucks, the coffee is good.
Is it?
Yeah. You have a lot of choice of different things and iced coffee. And
It's become a bit of an art form in the last few years, the baristas and everything, haven't it?
yeah.
20 different ways to have a coffee.
20, 50.
Yeah, probably more, yeah. Now, I love the smell of coffee, though, to be honest. It's a really nice smell, but I hate the taste.
Ooh, Sam is struggling. Mr. Tenpin. You can see he's in pain. Fit his back.
Yeah, he's not fully committing to it. He's a lot softer off the shot. But 167 in the 8th he's got.
You're on the wire.
Oh, am I on the wire?
On the wire. No, I'm.
Oh, you are.
Looks like you're.
A 234 for. Is it Hollister?
Yeah.
One of the first scores coming in. Got 240 down there from Greg Marcus, it looks like. Not 236 if he spares. Greg Marcus, a squad winner last night. We've got an interview with Greg, which we just need to trim and put on the Facebook page. Creditors, two-time county champion. Gets a double as he tries to salvage the game here. There's an open frame and a gutter ball in there. Well, two open frames and a gutter 8. But he's coming back with a few strikes for possible 192 finish. As I said earlier, we'll get the first couple of games out of the way and then we'll go down the lanes, hopefully if the roaming camera's working.
Yeah.
238 from Elliot Crosby. He's one to watch for you, Simon.
Yeah.
And it looks like we've got a few more people hanging about now, so we could possibly get an interview at some point. Alex Hamilton's there, Rob Thirlby. We've done an interview with Rob, so probably don't need to do Rob again. Alex might be a good one to chat to, but he might be a bit tender at the moment.
Maybe Sean.
Who?
Kennedy.
Oh, yeah. Where's Sean? It'll be a good timing to get Sean early on.
I think he is.
I'll go find him.
Yeah.
Sean, I'll take that one. Just waiting on Sean Kennedy coming down. I couldn't hear myself then. You never know if you're on if you can't hear it. Ronald Baumer, good afternoon, Dominic. And Simon.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hi, Ronald. Thanks for joining us again, sir. Hope you're enjoying the festivities here in Ireland. Grant Duggan on the featured pair finishes with 234. 234 for the people that are non-Irish. Finished with 4 strikes in a row. 178 for the two-time county champion Lee Credland. Scott Walmsley is going to finish with a 223. And rounding out our featured pair scores will be Linny. Is it Linny or Lina? Lena?
Lean, yeah. Can ask her.
Lena Armstrong, 152.
Yeah, she's not really in our comfort zone. She's playing.
No, and she can play as well.
Yeah.
I've seen her playing pretty rubbish this week.
Yeah.
Heart's not in it.
She played yesterday as well. She came in yesterday.
You just passed it, I think. Or you passed Elena Strand.
Yeah, there are 2.
Ah, the 2, yeah.
Here, she's 858.
8, yeah.
That's
No, she's a lot better than that. 133, 142, 124, 146, 143, 170. Wow, that's probably the worst she's maybe ever bowled.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's carrying an injury or something though, because that's quite low for a girl of her talent.
Yeah, she's playing lower reverse than she does normally, so.
Oh, still smiling though.
Yeah, she always smiles.
Yeah, pretty lady. Where she's in the States, isn't she? Do you know which university she's at?
I will check Facebook.
It's not important, but right, we're just going to go for a quick sponsor break while we await Sean Kennedy coming down. So let's have a look at Leisureplex.
Welcome to Leisureplex, the ultimate in indoor entertainment for the whole family. From Tenpin bowling and Qzar, the live-action laser game, to the zoo, our kiddie soft play area. Snooker, pool, and all the latest video games. There's activities to suit all ages. And don't forget, birthday parties are our speciality. In 5 great locations throughout Ireland, Stillorgan, Tala, Blanchardstown, Coolock and Cork. Regardless of the weather outside, at Leisureplex, the fun always shines.
Thank you, of course, to Leisureplex, the whole company, for having the tournament at the centre again. So into game 2. We're just waiting on the new names going up there. Looks like we've got Aoife Hall from Ireland, Jamie Bottomley from England, Greg Marcus from England, and I'm not sure at the moment. He's got a green shirt with orange writing that says Joker. Why so serious on the back of the shirt? And Lena Armstrong is at university in Wichita. We just found out.
Krista Peterson.
Krista Peterson, yeah.
Peterson, yeah.
From Sweden.
With a Joker shirt.
Wonder if he's a joker and a smoker and a midnight toker.
Yeah, we're waiting for Sean to come up.
Yeah, usually pretty quick. He's probably forgotten already.
Yeah. Just ask him again.
Come on, Sean Kennedy, where are you?
Over there.
He's picking up the mic. Oh, it looks like he's got something on at the moment.
Yeah, the screens are not moving. It stays on the same screen. So
this is what we need actually, because we've got Roger from Cubica AMF in going, I could sort that for you.
Yeah.
And how would you like the best X scoring system next year? I'll give you a good price. That's what I'd be hoping he's saying.
Yeah, scoring systems are expensive.
No, they're not cheap. I mean, they need monitors here for a start, so they're going to have a full package whenever they update.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to go to flat screens and then whatever system they put in afterwards. I don't know if it's...
I think if they're going to do it right, maybe they have to paint the back wall white and put beamers on with scores. So everybody can see from big distance what everybody's throwing, like America.
Yeah. That's costing money then when you have the video, video masking units and stuff. Whoa.
No, but you can paint the wall white and
projector.
Yeah.
Yeah, true enough, yeah. it's a lot. That's a lot of expense
Yeah.
for very little, I suppose. Like, it
Yeah.
works in the big, massive centres that you need that kind of thing, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it would work here. But LEDs and stuff are coming down in price now, so it's only going to be a matter of time before the masking units are going to be big LED panels that are cheap. And have you seen the CAS show last week? Have you seen the LG screen?
Yeah.
The little tiny thing you can bend and everything.
Yeah.
They're going to be in the next 5 years.
Yeah, LED lighting are taking over the centers as well, just by normal lighting. There is a system you can install above a bowling lane, and you can have disco in the whole center except for one lane. It's normally white light.
We've got a partner that we work with called Ventola Projects that do the LEDs for the centres, and obviously you save a lot of money by going to LEDs. You might have the expense at first, but you're halving your electric bill on your lighting.
Yeah.
But they do a lane projection. I don't know if you've seen the video to it, where you bowl the ball down and have fire going behind it and stuff like that.
That would be nice with me.
Huh?
That would be nice with all the power.
Yeah. But I'm hoping they're going to try and use that in the World Cup this year, because I think the Chinese would love that kind of ball going down and a dragon following it or something like that. It would look pretty awesome for TV. Maybe just in practice. And I was kind of thinking, you get the last two players, you could have them bowl a ball in practice, and then the graphics come onto the lane where it says, I don't know, Joe Alsibrook, England, a few stats, and then it wouldn't be on for the rest of the game or anything. It would just be a thing that you use at the beginning or the end, or something different. Something different.
Yeah.
Also, I think you don't see it so much now in tournaments, where they used to open the tournament with a guest bowling the golden ball down. They don't seem to do that as much anymore. I'd like to see that done with maybe LED balls. Paul Mika, hi guys, I'm online and watching. How are you doing? Doing all right, mate?
Yeah.
And Ronald says, is Richard Hendricks in the house? Say hello for me. He's in the house.
He's in the house, but I don't know where. I think he's on his way to Bowman's.
Hi, Carmel. How's Jack? You have to stand back a little bit.
Well, wait.
Just make sure we're on the... Oh, hang on. Passes it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're putting a little bit of paper up now. There'll be the next one going, hello, Mum.
Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah, let them have a fun. Get a bit of interaction between the players and the fans. A lot of people watching their family members at home, that can't make it here. And
Mum and Dad were watching as well, so.
Are they proud of what their boy's doing?
Yeah.
Good. And how about the bowling? But it looks like we've got a problem with the scoring system. We're not talking about delays. Been no delays.
No.
Boom.
There it
delay.
is.
So I think they're doing a reset of the scoring system by the looks of it.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a power out a couple of weeks ago with a tournament in Holland because of the ice on the power lines. Oh. They got swinging. And
can I ask you what's the address to watching?
If you go to talktenpin.net, talk Tenpin, TALK, tenpin.net, you'll see a link at the top that says live streaming. Right, while we're waiting, I'm going to have a quick word with Roger Creamer. He's probably already onto it, but I'll say, Roger, now's you're in. Go have a word. They've got a problem with scoring system. Sorry about that, folks. Welcome to the 28 Irish Open from Stillorgan, Dublin. I was just having a chat with Nick Kepi, who is the owner of Bowltech UK. He was just telling me about the state of bowling at the moment and how he envisages things picking up again now. It's been a bad few years for a lot of companies within the industry, as there's been a transition between the entertainment systems and the sports systems and the new boutique bowls and pins on strings and that kind of thing. But he says he's quietly optimistic that the tide has turned a little bit. We're into game 2 now. Aoife Hall, Greg Marcus, Krista Peterson and Jamie Bottomley on the featured pair. It's game 2, isn't it? We're game 3 now. Game 2. Two. Sinead Dumfries says, oh, tell Sean Kennedy I said hello when he comes over, please. Roll on tomorrow for the beers. Nothing like a bit of live Irish bowling on a Saturday afternoon. Yeah, where's Sean? He's still dealing with customers and stuff. He looks free now. Just get his attention. He's coming. No, we'll stick him in the middle of us.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was coming.
Yeah, he's down there.
He's dealing with somebody again. He's chatting away to somebody again. Yeah. But he's imminent, is Sean, hopefully, very shortly. If not, we'll grab somebody else to come on. So Jamie Bottomley, 2014 champion, opens up the Strike Open Frame Turkey. Tora Danielson on 11 and 12 has opened up with the front 6. Did you see any decent scores towards the end of that last game, Simon?
Yeah, some 230s, 240s, but
nothing massive.
nah. Sean is a busy man.
He is a busy man. Come on, Sean. He forgot, probably. He's maybe nervous. He doesn't like going in front of the crowds with a mic or anything.
Nobody sees him, so why?
Nah, true. He's the face of the Irish Open.
Yeah.
He's coming anyway. We'll find out a little bit about Sean Kennedy. He's passed in bowling and the Leisureplex chain, the tournament in general, and here he comes. Yeah, we'll make it up as we go along, Sean. We're not professional here. There we go. Can you hear me okay, Sean?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Right, welcome to the live stream, Sean.
Thank you very much, Dom.
And how do you feel the tournament's been running so far?
Oh, fantastic. I'm delighted with everything so far. It's really, really good. It's great to see so many players taking part. Lots of regulars coming back every year here again.
Old-time friends.
Yes, indeed. At this stage, they are friends. And, of course, lots of new players. So we're delighted with the entry, and I believe we're up on last year with a number of players, and total number of entries is up on last year as well. That's good, Dom.
Yeah, considering over the last few years a lot of tournaments have suffered and some have disappeared off the tours because of it, but yours is on the up again.
Yeah, it's great to see that. Yeah, I think the Irish Open has a great attraction on the calendar every year.
Yeah.
The bowling is one part of it, as you know, Dom. The crack is the other, and
the social aspect
of
the tournament,
which is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Why else would you come to Ireland in January when it's really cold?
Well, that's it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're delighted that it's so popular. I look at entries in other tournaments around Europe, and they don't seem to get the numbers all right. Yeah, but no, we're very pleased indeed.
Hi, Sean from Iruka. I'm not sure the real name, but somebody they're saying Sean. Tell Sean Kennedy I said hello when he comes over, please. Roll on tomorrow for the beer, says
That's
Dunphy.
Sinead Dunphy. Yeah, Sinead is one of my colleagues from Leisureplex. Yeah, no, thanks very much, Sinead.
So how long have you been involved with the Irish Open?
Well, it's in its 28th year. I've been involved since 96, so it's probably this is my 20th Irish Open. The original centre, it started in the old days, but as I say, I'm 20 years involved with the Irish Open, so it's quite a long time, Dom. Yeah, but we have a good team here with Lorraine and all of the staff, and they're great. And Johnny Cullen, our head mechanic, he's fantastic. He's been here since the start, and he keeps everything going very well and smoothly.
He's one of the reasons why the event runs as well as it does. There's
Absolutely.
been very little mechanical faults. We just had a little problem with the scoring then.
That's
but
it.
It was fixed within
Marvellous,
5-10 minutes.
I know he's marvellous. He has a great team down behind him in machine area as well. So, no, it's all gone very well, Dom. We're delighted.
How do you feel the event can progress and get better in the future?
Well, I suppose we tweak it every year to try and make it, improve it, in other words. I don't think we'd probably change it so much. Maybe put in some extra qualifying squads on Saturday.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, cut down the number of qualifiers for round 2 slightly. Not too much, I don't think, because I think bowlers like
if it's not broke, don't try and fix it too much.
I think if bowlers leave the Irish Open and say, well, okay, I didn't win anything, but I bowled well and I was satisfied, I think that's important as well.
I think that's the beauty of an event like this and Malta and a few others, that it's not all about the competitive nature of it. It is a highly social side, and
absolutely,
and just being a part of it more than anything. People come because they want to be part of it, and they've got friends in yourself and Lorraine and everybody else. And
that's it indeed. Yeah, I mean, not to say anything about the lower average bowlers, but they probably don't see themselves ever winning it, but they like to come because they take part with some of the top bowlers in Europe.
A lot like the British Open used to be. People would play the event knowing full well that they were never going to qualify or do anything, but they wanted to bowl on the lane with Tim Mack or Paul Moore or
Brian Voss.
Exactly.
And some of our top players like Barry Foley.
Well, you do attract some great players like Brian Voss and Paul Moore, and Don Barrett's been here, and Stu Williams and Nick Froggatt, and a lot of Tora Torgerson keeps coming back.
He does.
It reads like a who's who of European stars.
He's here every year.
The winners.
Yeah. And Jamie Bottomley is there at the moment on lane 10, and he's a previous past winner, 2014. That's right. Yeah. Which is good to see him back.
The Leisureplex chain. How many centres do you have now?
Well, we just opened a brand new bowling centre in Charlestown, which is on the north side of Dublin City, and that brings up to 6 centres we have now, 5 in Dublin and 1 in Cork down in the south of the country. So we're very pleased. It's growing, which is good to hear,
Yeah, definitely.
And it's fantastic, yeah. So 16 lane centre just opened in December in Charlestown. So it's
brand new install?
Brand new, yeah. Brand new, New Brunswick equipment, new machines, new lanes, new seating, all of that. So it's very nice.
Did you get the new sync scoring system there then?
No, we have what's called the up-to-date Brunswick system overhead, and there's our screens down below. But we don't have we have the ball walls that are good for kids and adults, if that helps as well, which is good. But we're excited. It's state of the art as well, which is good.
Excellent.
So we're hoping that Stillorgan eventually will get a refit, because it could do with it at this stage,
I've been talking to Roger Creamer and Nick Kepi, and we're all of this in. You need a new scoring system at some point.
Yeah.
Ideally, BestX, the new AMF one.
The new AMF one, yeah.
I've nothing against Brunswick, but I've looked at them side by side, and Brunswick's not even the same ballpark at the moment as the AMF system. Yeah.
Well, funny, I always favoured the AMF equipment all right over Brunswick over my years of running events. I think that machine-wise and scoring-wise, everything is better. Even though most of our centres are Brunswick, with the exception of this one. So we'll wait and see.
We're just keeping his eye there on
I see
lane
that.
11.
Yeah.
Tora Danielson.
Yeah.
Is it Tora Danielson?
And Ake Bengston there,
Aki Bengston.
Aki Bengston, yeah.
Oh, it's it. There we go. Started talking about it and jinxed it.
Yes, indeed. That happens, yeah.
And it's probably an unfair question to ask you, Sean, but of over all the years that you've been involved, Which player did you feel was the best player to ever play in the Irish Open?
Well, you know, you look at the past winners, and you probably say, you know, okay, Brian Voss to me would be a fantastic participant in
He'd
the
be a
event.
legend in New
Yeah,
Zealand.
he would. Yeah, and then of course you had Paul Moore as well, who's won it a number of times, and then of course the ladies. Not forgetting those, we've had some good winners over the years. We had our own Karina Dykes.
Yeah,
for
Kirsten
instance,
Penny and
Kirsten Penny, yeah.
Pauline Buck.
That's right, over the years, yeah, who've won it. And Karina, of course, is Karina Turner now. That's she's married to Graham Turner.
Turner now.
Yeah, so she was the ladies' winner some years back. She's not playing this year, unfortunately, because they have a new baby.
Congratulations,
Yes.
Karina.
Yeah, yeah. So those people will be standout winners over the years, and of course our only Irish men's winner was Barry Foley back in 2013. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, obviously after 25 years to get one Irish winner was fantastic
Yeah,
in the male.
fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it took us a while to do it. Yeah, absolutely.
And of the players you've seen in this tournament, who's been impressing you so far?
Well, you gotta say the two Danish guys. Got Tim Stamp.
The 17-year-olds.
Yeah, Tim Stamp is a fantastic player, and then you've got a couple of the players from Finland as well. They're doing very well.
Yeah, Sami Lampo and
and Petra Jusli, I think. They're juniors actually. They seem to be doing well. And the ladies, then you've Charlotte Rathborn there, and then you've got Harriet Harmon.
Yeah.
And Danny Hopcraft. She's quite a good player.
Yeah, very good.
Danny,
and
yeah.
Kira Ray, of
Kira
course.
Ray, yeah.
Yeah, she's looking like a promising player for this tournament.
Yes.
and other ones.
And you've got Aoife Hall in front of us at the minute here.
Yeah,
on
Aoife can play. I've just been with Aoife in the World Cup recently.
That's right. She was in Vegas last year. Yeah.
Yeah, she did okay.
Yeah, she certainly enjoyed the experience there. So it's been good. It's been good overall. Yeah.
And the after party is going to be great
Yes,
as always.
we're
down to the Stillorgan Orchard.
That's it. Yeah, the Orchard. Yeah, which we're very, very grateful to them for their support of the Open every year. They sponsor a lane, so it's great for them. And yeah, we're heading to the Orchard now if we have any energy left. after
this all finishes on Sunday.
Yeah.
When do you start thinking about the next year?
Well, funny, we have Mr. Torgerson here from the ETBF, so we were chatting about next year already with him about, you know.
Oh, Jensen. Yeah.
Jensen, yeah, that's him, yeah. About the EBT tour and sort of how we could tweak it a little bit, maybe. To, as I say earlier, about maybe adding in some extra rounds.
So you're already thinking of next
year? We
year?
are thinking of it. Yeah, we have the date on the calendar. It's 1 week. It's a week later next year.
Right.
Which I'm delighted for because we're a bit too close to Christmas, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be nice to get to the end of January, maybe even the first week of February. Even.
Well, it won't be so late then. We're probably looking at around the 17th.
Right.
So mid-January.
Yeah, so when this ends, you'd be starting next year. So
yeah, exactly. So, no, we will. We always have our entry form quite early. It's out quite early, so we'll be doing that again, possibly around Easter time to let people know. I've already had an inquiry from Holland, from one of the guys. Marcel van der Zee is here, and he wants to bring a group of 20 next year. So he's looking to know when he can block book some spots. So
yeah.
I told him we'll get back to him as soon as we can.
Excellent. Yeah. So we're just coming up to the end of the second game now.
Yeah.
Another 4 games to go, and we'll be on to the Desperado, which is always exciting.
That's it. Yes. Yeah, we've got some names down already.
You've got a few down already.
Yeah.
It's a nice little money spinner for a tournament, isn't it? Really,
well,
the Desperado,
it is.
daft as it seems.
It's daft as it seems. The one game, yeah. But then there are 4 places, so
yeah.
And you go into tonight's particular part of it, yeah. So it's good. It's good. The Desperado, yeah. It's exciting. It's just the one game, and we see how people do.
And what do you do when you're not organising the Irish Open?
Myself personally?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm business development manager for Leisureplex, so I would handle not only tournaments and regular play. I'm involved with corporates, new business basically, and trying to encourage more people to come through the doors. So that's my job throughout the year when the Irish Open's not on.
Well, let's get back to the scoring system. Have you actually had a good look at the best X?
No,
have you seen what
I've
it can do?
never
Have a look at it.
Yeah.
Trust me, have a look at it, because you're on about the corporate side and bringing people in. The minute you see that and what it brings to your business, a centre in Worcester got it, and he says, I don't know why people haven't got it yet.
Right.
Our business has gone up 50-60%.
Okay.
And
okay.
the reports that you get from AMF, which you can take with a pinch of salt because they want to show you the good ones.
The good ones, yeah.
But
yeah.
Generally across the board, they're making 30, 40, 50% more from having the system because you've got a 5-frame game instead of a 10-frame game for kids. All the little games, you can design a monster.
Very good, yeah.
You can have 2 teams where you're trying to knock each other's castle down. And
right, so there's a more fun element attached to it as well, which is good.
It's not just 10 frames and people don't understand the scoring.
Yes.
You don't really need to understand the scoring when you're playing a game.
Okay, so
have a look at it. It's worth having a look at.
That's interesting.
And it'll also bring you something here that we haven't got this year that me and Simon could do with, which is live scoring and
right.
And
yes, I was asked about that actually, the live scoring. Yeah,
you've obviously got your boss around the back and your conqueror at the front that don't really talk to each other and stuff like that. So you kind of need something that going to make it all more accessible.
Yeah, so in the future, hopefully that's what.
But from the business point of view, really have a look at it and look at the games because they're making good business on them at the moment.
Right,
and there's actually scope for turning the games into tournaments.
Right. Okay.
So you'd forget about your Barry Foley's and your good players.
Yes.
You'd be looking at your 130, 140 average players
I understand.
into a tournament. It doesn't matter if the ball are 180. It's about the games. You win your game against somebody else, you move on to another game. And
brilliant. Well, I'd be certainly very in favour of that because the Irish Open is one part of the business, but there's obviously.
Well, at the end of the day, if the business is not making the money, you don't start having the tournaments.
Yeah,
this is the gloss. This is the little the sugar at the end of it.
It is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. We've just introduced the bar in Leisureplex Lorgan. You've probably noticed that. Yeah. So
Lorraine was saying that the first one in Ireland, or the first one in Dublin, has been allowed to do it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there are some centres around the country who would have bar licence, but we're the first to do it in Dublin. Yeah. So we've just tried it for the Irish Open, so it's going very well. We're happy. It's good to see people stay around. Well, yeah.
Especially when the English turn up.
Yeah, it's just an extra service for the bowlers while they're here. So it's good.
And what about your other bar across the road? How have they taken that news?
They don't seem to have a problem. They're busy all the time.
Yeah,
anyway,
they're doing well anyway, aren't they?
Exactly, yeah. It just means if you want to watch a squad bowling, you can have a drink while you're watching it here now, which is a good idea, which is good.
And the live streaming, it's been a success for you the last couple of years?
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm delighted with it, yeah.
When you've done the TV over the years, haven't you?
We have.
Spent a bit of money on that, obviously.
Well, we over the years, the RTE, which is the national broadcaster, used to televise it, but what happened then was they contracted out most of the camera work and everything, so they were looking for payment, so it was a bit difficult to do it. So in the last couple of years we haven't had TV coverage. We had some mention on the radio, and we do send a press release to the radio and to the newspapers to see where they pick up on it. But
and they usually come in at the very end to film a little bit and do a TV show and a section.
But this is good because the streaming gets to the people who have an interest in Tenpin
window
bowling,
to the world, basically.
Which is fantastic. Yeah, and I hope our advertisers can see it as well.
As you can see what we've done this year, Sean, with the virtual studio and improved on last year.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
More adverts. My opinion is, if you can get €100 for your masking units, what can you get for adverts, video adverts? For the companies, it could be double, treble that. It could be £500.
Well, I think so. Yeah. I think we should for next year maybe promote it a little bit more. This is what we can do.
Yeah.
And
anything to generate money into the fund.
Into the fund, yeah.
If you can have 5,000 top prize, and you can start attracting a lot
cover
more.
some of more of our costs.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, yeah. That's great, Tom. Yeah, fantastic.
I'm glad you're happy with it. It's been a pleasure doing it. It's long hours, as you know.
It's long hours.
I mean, you and me are at the beginning, at the end. It's
but once you get into the buzz of it, it's good. Simon does some bowling, of course, but
I don't know.
He gets a bit of a break.
He does a lot of hours on this and then goes and bowls as well. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, no, it's good. So he's a bit of a variety, I suppose. Yeah.
Oh, it's been a pleasure having you on, Sean. We'll let you get back to doing what you're doing. We're gonna go
Dom,
down the lanes ourselves.
Great. Thanks a million, Dom.
Yeah, we'll have you on before the end of the finals, though.
Thanks a million.
If that's okay.
That's okay.
Thanks
very much. Great, Dom. Thank you.
It's great. Thanks, Simon.
Cheers, lads. Thanks a million.
So that was the end of game 2. We're just waiting for the players to move around. We'll go to a quick commercial break. And a word from our sponsor, Storm.
Professional tournaments. We won a lot of tournaments worldwide. I mean, we won more in the last 10 years worldwide than any company. We make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them.
Waiting for the players all to move around, so while we're doing that, we'll get the roaming cam going.
Yeah.
Everybody's in the position they need to be, so let's set up the roaming cam again. Oh, we're upside down again. Ah, there we go. There we go.
Let's see if we can get a connection with it.
There we go. That's not too bad. Right, I'll have a little trot down the lanes and we'll have a look at some scores.
Wait a second.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. We're back live at the 28th Irish Open in the Leisureplex Bowling Centre in Stillorgan, Dublin, Ireland. In at game 3. And looking down the scores, did you see some of them scores then, Simon? There's only really Grant Duggan was probably the pick of the players, 234, 235. But nothing for you to worry too much about at the moment. Joe Alsibrook comes up with front 3. Matt Kerr on the featured pair with Paul Gregg, Miles Duke and Miriam Lingard. Matt Kerr opens up with a turkey. Roy Munson says, shout out to Del Delaney. This is his the 25th anniversary of his Irish Open win, the first Irish winner. Yeah. No, technically the first Irish winner though was Barry, wasn't it? And I know what you mean. Del is Irish, but he was considered an English player for a lot of years. So I don't know. I'm not getting into an argument with that one. I thought Barry was the first Irish winner, but he kind of, there's elements of truth with Del being. Not seen Del yet. Be nice to see him. I saw him at the Weber Cup this year. I hadn't seen him for a lot of years. Those of you that know about the Delaney family will know that Paul Delaney followed in his father's footsteps and became an awesome player for England. And Mark Delaney, of course, one of the managers up there at Alsa. Hi Mark, if you've been watching. Hope to see you this year, mate. And of course Paddy Kilduff up there at Alsa that sends scores for the drop-in singles. We had a bit of problem with those this week, but they've come to the right email now. And the drop-in singles spare scores should be up there on the website. We've got some more to put up. Matt Kerr on 4 in a row now. But nothing much for you to worry about, Simon, do you think?
Not yet. Maybe after game 4 I'm going to be a little bit more
on edge.
On the edge, yeah. I want to go back to the hotel and sleep, but I want to still stay here.
We'll just go back there and watch it on stream for a bit.
Yeah.
Just stick it on the telly. The main thing is you get some rest today anyway, ready for the next block.
Yeah. I still had to play at 8 or something tonight, so
plenty of time yet.
Yeah. I think I will be back at the hotel at 3, and then we'll be back here at 6, between 6 and 7.
So you're leaving me on my own, eh?
Yeah. Getting some food.
Typical.
And then getting some food and.
Just rub it in, why don't you? I'm going to be sat here like streaming while you're having a bit of a sleep and some food.
That's right.
Michael McCall from Scotland on a 9 spare 4 in a row. We're down on 7 and 8. Joanna Alsibrook or Jojo front 3.
Yeah, she had a low game. Last game she had something 190 or low 200. So
she'll make it through, will Jo?
Yeah.
Yeah, front 4 for Alsibrook.
Yeah, I spoke to Sam Rose in the first break, and he said his back was hurting, still hurting, so he's in a lot of pain.
Muddling on through, innit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Gordon Reeves says, unfortunately Del Delaney was not counted as an Irish bowler at the time, as he had a UK passport and lived in England. And Colm Cloak says, Del is about as Irish as a potato. Yeah, for me when I was growing up, I didn't even know Del were Irish. I know Delaney's an Irish name, but I didn't necessarily know that he was Irish as such. But yeah, I always considered him English when I was a kid. Nice guy. A lot of time for Del.
We have 5 in a row on lane 15 and 16.
Got front 4 down there as well, haven't we?
Front 5.
Front 5, is it? Who is? Do you see who it was?
15, 16 is Torre.
Tori Danielson.
Yeah.
I say it every year, but hopefully I won't need to do it next year. I was going to bring some binoculars with me.
Yeah.
That would have been handy just to have a crack at seeing the scores. But we've had a word with Sean now. We've told him to have a look at Best X. Hopefully he'll have a look. And
17-18 is going for stringer strikes as well. Line 17, second guy. Is that Chewy? Maybe we? No.
Credders.
No, he's first.
Oh, it's, might be Lena then. Lena's on the same lane as Credders, I think.
Yeah. No, it's Scott.
Is it Scott Walmsley?
Looks like it, yeah.
Oh, you'll not be happy if two Dutchies knock you out, will you?
Oh.
That would be right rude. Dom, what has Paul Gregg had for the first couple of games? Mr. Sloan. Where is Paul Gregg now? Give me a minute, Sloaney. I'll go have a look. Yeah, 163, 171, Chris. And he's on 106 in the 6th with a spare in the 7th. Sloan Ranger in the house. Not quite, he's watching on streaming at the minute. What odds were they on, Chris? I wonder what Dara had odds. Do you know what your odds are, Chris? Have a cheeky bet on Chris if they're decent odds. He's not had the greatest of tournaments so far, but he was awesome last year, which makes me think he's going to do a lot better this year because he was hotter than expected last year. He's not as hot on paper this year, but could well score a lot more. Joe Alsibuk's run of strikes ended with 4, and then a split open and a strike. Michael McCall's had another one, and he's on a 290 pace. Spare 7 in a row. Almost at the halfway point now, game 3. Nothing massive to report really, other than Grant Duggan had 234, 235 for his front 2. All right, he had a 240 average at LC yesterday, so Daz has shortened him to 46. He's not giving us anything there, is Dazzy, is he? I tell you what though, folks, you've got 10-1 on Ron Hurt, apparently. And he came second last year. But I can't really call it. There's too many good players that could do this. There's at least 10 players that you could write on a list and go, yeah, potential winner, potential winner, potential winner. I must admit I like the look of Rob Thirlby when I saw him bowl yesterday. Wasn't doing a lot with the ball, down and in, but was hitting like a train. Oh, Chris says he thinks he's 10-1. At 10-1, I'd have a little cheeky bet on you, Chris. We'll have to find Dara at some point and find out. $25-1 on the Scotsman, apparently.
Yeah.
Stephen Gull. I don't think we'll be seeing much of Dazzy Mac if the 25-1 comes in. the few of the Scots have bet a little bit on him. Still a long way to go, though, of course. Another Scotsman, though, flying Scotsman at the minute. See what I did there? Spare 7 in a row. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. If you just joined us, you're watching the 28th Irish Open live from the 18-lane Leisureplex Bowling Centre in Stillorgan, Dublin, Ireland. We're into the final squad of qualifying. And then we've got the always exciting Desperado. Or Turkey Shoot, whichever way you want to look at it. You pays you, is it 20 euros for the Desperado?
35.
35
Yeah.
for one game?
Yeah.
Wow, it's like bowling at a boutique bowl. 35. It was worth a shot at 20 euro, but 35. And there'll probably be like 30, 40 players on there as well.
Yeah, last year it was quite...
There weren't so many last year, if I
No.
remember rightly. About
No.
16, maybe 15, 16.
But I think there will be a lot more this year.
Possibly. So half the price for one game.
Yeah.
half the price of a squad. Michael McCall adds another one. So he's gone spare and he's sheeting at the moment. Just the 10th frame to come. Jackie McCall. Go on, Michael McLovin McCall. He's McFantastic at the minute. Well, in this game anyway. I think his first two weren't overly massive. So Michael McCall is just going to come into your left-hand side of the lane. Screen rather. There you go. Well, you can see his ball anyway go down. Oh, just drilled another one. Nine in a row now for Michael. I'll try and finish this bacon sandwich that's been there for an hour and a half. So Joe Alsebrook, after that first four on open frame, has come back with a turkey. Keep your comments coming in on the chat. Hope you're enjoying the show.
Keep sharing the link.
But yeah, please keep sharing the link. And if you've not seen them already, if you go to Talk Tenpin's Facebook page, you can see the latest interview that we did with Kira Ray. We had a problem yesterday with the South African Jason's interview, so we're going to redo that at some point. I think we're just having something to eat at the moment, so maybe after that we'll pull him on again and pretend we never interviewed him before and just ask him the same questions.
Yeah. We didn't expect to get a South African flag in.
No. Yeah, we frantically looking for it, and I stuck a video up there instead, and then there was a problem with the audio. That's what happens when you leave Dom in control of the technical stuff. That's what you're here for,
Yep.
Simon. I'm the creative genius. You're the guy that actually makes the creative genius happen. Miles Duke with a big split. It's going to cost him pins. Finish with about 189.
Michael McCall 289.
Sorry?
289 for Michael.
Yeah, good game. Michael McCall, 289. I don't think he's 100 over yet still though, even with that. I can't remember what scores he had, but I don't remember him being particularly high or massively high. Like low 200s, just below maybe.
The scores are not really high. You see some 240s, 280s, but most of the scores are around 200.
I didn't think it was going to be a massive
Squad.
block.
Yeah.
When you looked at, no disrespect to the names and stuff, but you can usually pick out who you think is going to do something. There's always a surprise package, but
Me.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You surprise yourself.
Yeah.
Do we know what your odds are yet?
Nope.
That could be quite scary. You could be at least 30 to 1.
Simon, is the scoring pace the squad looking like more than 2 people are going to Belgium? I don't know yet.
Early days, really.
Early
I think,
days.
Chris. Just Grant Duggan were then 230s. So
Yeah.
he was the only one that was like looking, you know, on a 1400 pace.
Yeah.
But it's, Stone 710 in the pocket. On the lane.
But it could be
second ball as well. Oh no, last ball. 183 then for Paul Gregg. 189 for Miles Duke. Mark Kerr is going to finish with a 234 if he hits another 2 strikes. And a 207 for Miriam Lingard.
Yeah, the scores are going up and down for everybody. It's not
Yeah.
really a constant pace. It is.
Yeah, I think we'll be lucky to have one person over 14 at this rate, the way it's going.
Yeah, somebody can shoot 240 and the next game it's just 190, 200 and 200 again and 240 again. And
I think it's going to be a lot like that squad last night that you played.
yeah,
They've got less high rev players on there. There's only Sam Rose, Elliot Crosby.
Yeah. More straighter players and they're breaking the lanes on the outside.
Yeah, breaking them down differently.
Yeah.
A lot of them spraying it around.
Yeah, straight down to one second arrow, and yeah, the high rev players are going in a lot.
Joel Seabrook just finishing up. Another 2 strikes will give her a 231. Des Vella doing all right. 176 in the 8th with a strike in the 9th. So yep, just waiting for the players to move around to their next game. So we'll go off to a 2-minute advert from our sponsors and let's have a look at the Storm Lock.
We have a tremendous amount of talent assembled in one location, and we all work cohesively as a team to create and make the world's best bowling products.
Our job is to give you, the bowler, the best opportunity to knock down the most pins on every shot, every time that you step onto the lanes.
You know, we're bowlers, we're the Bowlers Company. And a lot of us work together in many different capacities in order to bring you the finest equipment on the market today.
We put a lot of time and effort into development. We put a lot of time and effort into talking to pro shops, consumers, and professionals, amateurs alike, trying to figure out, hey, where do we need to fit something into the marketplace? October 6th, we're releasing our greatest achievement to date, the Lock. It features a brand new cover stock.
And we developed the GI-15 cover stock for the new Lock. Game Improvement 2015. So it's designed for players who are looking to get a little bit more out of their bowling ball.
And we've wrapped that around a super strong motor, a weight block.
We call that the RAD-X.
What we're looking at now is a brand new technology that's innovative in how we changed it, but it also goes back to historical success. And with innovation of the new RAD-X weight block, we've taken that sort of design, that success, and we've taken it to the next level. So when you're looking for something that really knows how to corner, something that can come around the spot, the RAD-X is going to be the weight block of choice.
Once again, we're very proud to announce the release of this lock.
It is a very aggressive bowling ball. It gives you amazing hitting power, and also it gives you the most forgiveness at your break point. So you can miss a little left and a little right.
We are pioneers in reactive bowling ball technology. We've been making reactive bowling balls longer than anyone else. On October 6th, with the launch of the lock, we will be raising our innovation to a whole new level. Storm is the innovation company. Storm is the bowler's company.
Welcome to Leisureplex, the ultimate in indoor entertainment for the whole family. From Tenpin bowling and Qzar, the live-action laser game, to the zoo, our kiddie soft play area. Snooker, pool, and all the latest video games. There's activities to suit all ages. And don't forget, birthday parties are our speciality. In 5 great locations throughout Ireland, Stillorgan, Tala, Blanchardstown, Coolock and Cork. Regardless of the weather outside, at Leisureplex, the fun always shines. Welcome to...
The 28th Irish Open from the Leisureplex Bowling Centre in Stillorgan, Dublin, Ireland. In game 4 now. And Jason Agate, Margaret, Kateri, Thomas John, and Tadej Anderson. Jason opens up with a spare strike. Thomas John with a strike. Marchit with a strike spare, and Tadej with a strike. An 8 count. Sam Rose opens up with a double. Harriet Harmon also with a double. Down on 7 and 8. And might be time to get Jason's disappeared now. We should get the South African in for this interview so that we can record it again. I do want to get Roger Creamer on from Cubica AMF. But when I find Jason, we'll pull him in very shortly for the studio interview. What do you all think of the stream this year? Is it looking okay? What do you think of the virtual studio? Is it something we should continue doing? Try and improve on it. Fred Miller, I'm back for an hour as it's freezing. Had to get an ice cream to warm myself up. It's not too bad here actually. We came in when it was cold. I went out then. It was like I was in Malta. The sun's shining. A couple of Irish people walking around, dazed, thinking, "Well, what's that big glowing thing in the sky?"
Yeah,
that's the sun. Really? What does that do? Keeps you warm. All right. You mean like central heating? Yeah. So Sam Rose adds another one for a turkey, as does Harriet Rose Harmon. Paul Gregg opens up with a double, down on 13 and 14. keep my eye open for the big guy, South African Jason, and we'll get him on for the interview. Turkey noise going down there from Selwyn Morgan. So for you guys out there that's on the stream at the moment watching, have you got any predictions for the tournament? Who do you want to win? Who do you think's going to win? Good ball. Harriet Harmon, front four.
Any update on Sam Rose?
No.
No. He's on.
Where is he?
7-8.
7 and 8. Front three at the moment. He's on the approach. Tilt the camera slightly so you can pick up a little bit of Sam coming into your shot on the left of the screen. There he is. Oh, there you go. Jinxed him. Better take it back. Sorry, Sam. But he's up and bowling. He's pilled up with painkillers. Doesn't look to be any discomfort compared to yesterday, but he's obviously hurting a little bit. Never mess with your back though, Simon.
Nope.
When you get back trouble, it can be a killer for a while. I had sciatica in.
It could be over. It could be over.
Yeah. I had sciatica for a while, all the way up my left leg.
Yeah.
Into the base of my spine. I was in agony. Couldn't move. It's actually one of the reasons why Talk Tenpin started, because I had to take like a year off because I couldn't do anything, so I was like bored crapless. I wanted to do something, so I ended up getting some help to build a website. And the rest, they say, is history. And now I'm sat doing 13 hours live streaming.
Yeah. We're already down like, how many hours today? Almost 6 hours.
6 hours streaming already.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun. Harriet Harmon comes through the face, leaves two in the corner, so that run of strikes ends. Tell you a good one to get into the virtual studio de Barry, wasn't it? He's in the pro shop at the minute, so when we see him come out, I might have a little chat with Barry if we can. What about you guys at home? Is there anybody in particular that you think we should interview? Anybody you think would make a good interview? It kind of helps when I know the player.
Like you know a lot of players, so.
Yeah, sort of, but not as much as I'd like. You get a few generic questions. How did you do?
Yeah.
Did you transition? What ball did you use? The usual. What do you do for a job? Do you like ice cream? What did you think of the new Star Wars film? Sam Rose deep through the face, just leaves two. Yeah, it looks like Jason's disappeared. Yeah, can't see him.
No, I think he's gone.
Probably gone for some lunch. We'll catch him later.
Yeah.
Get a Scottish interview. Need a translator for that.
There's a scrum behind us. He's still mad at me.
Who?
Steven.
Steven. Get Steven. Steven, gonna come in for an interview? No. Why not? Bring a translator with you. Come on. You got a sore throat? Yeah? Nah, she's not either. She's too shy. No, the Scots don't want to do it.
First up guy, Barry Brown.
Yeah. Be a good one.
Yeah.
He's got a pro shop full of people at the minute, actually.
Yeah, but we can ask him. Maybe for later on. But
yeah, it'd be a good one to interview with Barry. Barry Brown or Barry Foley. Or
yeah, because
we'll have the Barry show.
Subtitles.
Subtitles, yeah.
We can type that quick. Sorry.
Trying to teach my little girl Scottish at the minute. We've got a video online somewhere. She's going, "Are you Scottish?"
Now, Stephen drove me to the hotel on Thursday to pick up my bowling bag, and
yeah.
So I went to bowl, and I beat him at 4 pins, so he was a little bit mad.
If he hadn't given you that lift,
yeah.
So Jason Agate, not having the best of games. Spare, strike, spare, 9-8 miss, and then a double.
I'm sure Brian would like to do an interview.
Yeah, that's a good call, that, Chris.
Yeah.
Brian. He's just sat talking to Roger Creamer at the moment, which is another guy I want on. So as soon as I see those two split up, I'll get Brian on. He did promise me he would come on this year. Well, he didn't promise, but he said he would. Brian would probably be the most knowledgeable person I've ever had on stream. It's a shame England doesn't appreciate him as much as the rest of us do. He did tell me recently he was thinking about going for the England senior job, and I think he must have decided not to in the end. Went to Alex Hamilton. But I kind of thought it would have been good for Brian to get involved with that. He's done the junior thing. The only thing he's never really done is the adult England. But I don't think England are ready for Brian yet. They're not ready for the honesty. And to be fair, Chris, if Brian got involved in England and everything, it would be won't be bad news, but it'd be better that you've got him all to yourselves. Conflux is there. I think Brian is Irish now. He's the guy that's going to make you guys champions. You're already good. He's going to make you great. You're going to do it yourself, of course, but from what I've seen of his work, he does have that element of gloss to a career. You certainly look at his career as a player, world champion, came through as a junior. Won the World Cup with Kirsten Penny and with Gemma Burden, sorry. And I think he was coaching Mel Isaac as well in 1990, 1991, something like that. And long overdue, getting his place in the UK Tenpin Hall of Fame, inducted this year, together with Paul Moore, Lisa John and Gina Wardle. The UK Hall of Fame will be starting up again shortly. We'll be picking the players for induction in 2016, and still a host of players that could make it in there from all ages. the likes of Steve Thornton, Nikki Harvey. Yeah, she's still Nikki Harvey, isn't she? Who else? Meg Shaw, possibly Judy Howlett. Phil Scammell's got to be in the reckoning at some point. And then you go further back to the first ever World Championship medal that the UK won. A 17-year-old Dave Pond won the all events back in the 60s, I think it was. So a couple of frames to go in this game. The end of game 4 wants it, so we can go down onto the lane shortly and have a look at some scores. We'll get a rough idea if anybody's shaping up to bowl 1400 or not.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Grant Duggan had after his first two. He had 235, 234, 235. I'm not sure what the next two have been. Sam Rose on 142 in the 7th with a spare in the 8th, and he's just struck in the 9th. Harriet Harman, 197 in the 8th, with a strike already on the board in the 9th. Miss Becky says, go check Grant, please. Yeah, we're just waiting for the end of this game, Becky, and we'll be going down on the lanes with the roaming cam to have a look at some score sheets. Judy Howlett was the first lady winner of the British Open. I don't know if she was. I don't know if she won it. I think she was second. I need to check up on the British Open results, Fred. You've got a list of them somewhere though, haven't you? So you maybe know. But I thought Judy didn't win it. But I could be wrong. That's more than likely I'm wrong. I know she was second in the World Cup, so that's maybe what I'm thinking. Yeah, finished, thank you. Thanks very much. I had not seen Judy for a lot of years, and she was in the World Cup at Vegas this year. One of the first jobs I ever did was working for Judy Howlett. She had an Indian restaurant in Kirkstall in Leeds. Myself and another player used to go down and wash the pots for her. And we used to get like a free meal at the end of the night. Ulf Granath on a 279 there, Simon.
Yeah.
I don't think he had much in the other games when I saw his name.
Nope.
279 gives you some sticks back. She did win. Yeah, so she's a contender for a Hall of Fame place at some point. I'm hoping that the UK Hall of Fame picks 4 older players this year. I wasn't against the likes of Dom and Paul and Stu getting in, but I thought it was maybe a little bit too early for the younger end to be inducted. They're still winning. But then when you look at the lists of what these guys have won, I don't know whose that is, to be honest. Richie. Leaving his beer in the centre.
Yeah. Hi Sean, welcome back. What a wonderful first volleyball game. Congratulations.
Ah, good. don't really watch a lot of volleyball, but beach volleyball's nice.
With World Championships this summer in Holland. Beach volleyball, yeah.
Really? Have you guys got beaches?
Yeah, we do.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were like surrounded by a big wall so you didn't get flooded. I always remember the story when I was a kid about the kid that puts his finger in the
big
hole.
wall of sand and you climb over it and that's the beach.
Ah. Oh, so you have got beaches, but you've got to climb across a wall to get to it.
Yeah. The dunes.
Squad leader so far. We're not sure, Sean. We're just going to go on the roaming cam very shortly at the end of this game. Your man Grant Duggan was 234, 235 early on, but we've not been down since, so we don't know how he's progressed. Doesn't look to be a lot of big scores going in this block.
Yeah, it's going to be a decent scoring squad.
Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, overall, it's going to be a good score. But I think the highest player is going to be about a 225 average at this rate.
Yeah, there are high scores like 279, but next game will be 190, 200.
Yeah.
What they told us, the tournament average of the last squad.
Yeah,
was
201 over 400,000 frames.
Yeah. That's crazy.
167 for Majid Kituri. Thomas John with a 162. 225 for Jason Negate. And probably a 206 for Ted Anderson if he doubles on your featured pair. Wasn't a great start for Jason, but the latter half of the game saw him shoot 3 strikes, a spare, and then 4 strikes. Yeah, Grant Duggan's playing. I think he's down that side of the house now.
He went from 17, 18 to 3 and 4 now.
But we'll get the roaming cam ready. Hopefully. It's a little bit temperamental, this cam, isn't it? Sometimes it wants to work and sometimes it does. I think its name's Dominic.
Last screen we have was your bacon sandwich.
Oh yeah.
Let's take a while. There it is.
Here we go. So we'll give it a moment or two while they all finish. We'll go off to a quick commercial break and a word from our sponsors. And we'll be back in 1 minute 45 seconds.
Hi, Hank Boomershine here, inside the warehouse here. We're lucky to have Sean Maldonado here this week. National staffer, a lot of great successes this year. 4 straight regionals in a row. Man, that's unheard of. Both of us are big fans of Optimus Solids. I mean, Sean with his high rev rate, that ball coming 2,000 grit out of the factory. Sometimes a little too aggressive, but you said you had some good successes with it as shined up because of your rev rate. Tell us a little bit about what you see at Optimus Solids.
I shined it up a little bit, and for me, it clears the fronts a lot better and still stores a lot of energy, but because it's solid, it still controls the mid lane very well, so it's a very great ball for sure.
Yeah, the nice thing about that is a guy like me, I throw it kind of slow, put a little rev rate on it. I have a lot of success with Optimus Solid. I mean, me just a league bowler, I like it a lot because, once again, you said, it controls the mid lane. Me being left-handed, always a little more friction kind of down the lane, a little more, sometimes overhook. So I like to polish mine up to clear the front, and I like that mid lane read so that it kind of slows down in the right spot. But man, I'll tell you what, Tri-Sphere core weighs about 6 pounds. That core is pretty heavy and pretty big. I like the hitting power. And that's the one thing. People don't miss out on that big, heavy core gives us that hitting power. So kind of showing you guys today Optimus Solid, having a little bit of fun with it. Hope you enjoy the time we spent here today.
Appreciate all the support that y'all have given us and Storm has given me, and let's continue bowling up a storm.
Thanks again, guys.
So we're just waiting for a couple of lanes to finish up and move around, and then we can get down on the lanes to Rome. Looks like you've got Alan Keddy, Alex Fraser, Charlotte Rathbone and Stefan Ljungström on the featured pair. We've got Grant Duggan, Lineberg, Almerstein, Lee Credland and Scott Walmsley to the left of us. And we're not sure to the right just yet. But that looks like, oh no, a little bit delay down on 15 and 16.
Yeah.
Still got a couple of frames to bowl down there. So we'll get this roaming out the way. I'll go down and have a look at some scores now, and we'll get a rough idea of who's doing what. We're back. Any chance you could have a word with someone to put the scores up to date on Squad 15? No, yeah, we'll have a word, Reeds. Wilson, stop with the roaming cam. It's out of focus. You don't look at the scores long enough. It's jumpy, etc., etc., etc. Afternoon all, he says. Yeah, I'll do it a little bit longer next time, G. It's about the only way we get any scores at the moment, though, fella. And it's more for us than you guys. It's just to give us a rough idea of who we think we might going to need to pull up for the interview. I did actually see Jason up there as well, Simon, so I bet he's disappeared again. Oh, he's here. Jason, when you finish your crisps, you want to come and do an interview again? Wilson, just trying to make your broadcast better. Thanks, G. I know you're always thinking of us. And your critique, I don't mind. Everyone else, no, I don't want it. But you're right, you're right. Right, let's get set up for Jason. We're here with Jason Biziandout. Yeah, nailed it.
You got that one.
Right, we'll pretend we've never done an interview with you. So, Jason, you bowled really well in the block yesterday. You bowled your 300 in front of Tim Mack and then went on to bowl 1436. Yeah. And you were obviously happy with that at the time.
Yeah, pretty stoked. Still am.
You slept on it now and you...
I have got some time to soak it all up.
When did it sink in that you actually bowled a 300 after 30 years?
The whole night, my wife told me the whole, for the rest of the evening, I'm so proud of you, so well done, it's taken so long. Yeah, it's a good feeling. And
your Facebook page went nuts?
It did, actually. I think we were at dinner and Nikki turned on and said, you've got like 500 views on that video. Okay. 500
views and couldn't even hear what you were saying.
And I think it was at 1,500 this morning. It was something crazy. It was.
So to recap on yesterday's interview and stuff, what equipment did you bowl with in the end?
I used the Crux Solid.
Yeah.
And I started battling halfway through game 3. I was leaving a lot of the back line, and Timmy came over and said, I think you should throw the pearl. Changed over to the pearl, and just got good read off it from ball 1. I shot 180 for that third game. I split twice. And then moved down to the low end of the house and went 260, 250, So it was...
No disrespect to your own talent and anything, but how important was it to have Timmy on the lane with you for that block?
I think, the biggest problem is that when you get in a situation where you start getting a bit of a over-under look, or inconsistent read on the ball, you start leaving backlines and start second-guessing yourself. And you should be making a change. And you've shot 300 with the ball and you... Yeah. Shot 220 in the next game, 1 or 2 shots that you could have got better carry on. You think it was good for 240, and I started with the front 3. In fact, on that game, I think I'm good to go.
Well, you went 15 or 16 in a row at first.
Yeah,
you?
Game 1, game 2, and then I started telling myself, you get to that point where you think, okay, you just need to relax, take it easy, and I eased up on a shot and I shot past and it went out the window, and I think I left a 128, and I went onto the next lane and threw the same shots and got the same result. I should have just stayed there and locked it in and focused. And I was trying to get myself to calm down, and I don't think it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And I think the ball change was necessary, but it was as important to me to have someone say, you know, make the change. So he was taking interest in what I was doing, and it was a bit of a confidence booster. You know, when I threw the ball and got a good read, I think I threw 3 in a row after that, and picked it back up again. So it was as much a psychological benefit.
And something we didn't ask you yesterday, where did it all start for you with bowling? What age were you? Why did you get into the sport? What was it about the sport that made you play more?
I despite contrary belief, looking at my current physique, was
you used to be a skinny kid.
Into athletics and gymnastics, and I was an allergy asthmatic, so it wasn't good for me to compete outdoors or to be on grass. I was allergic to grass, actually.
Right.
And the doctor told my parents that I should try and find an indoor sport that I would take an interest in, because it could pose a problem later on, you know. And I ended up going down to the bowling centre with my family, my aunts and uncles, who were bowling league at that stage. Went and played just for fun, and they said there's a junior league on a Saturday morning, and my mum sort of said, oh, you know, we're going to bring you down for that. I was 7 years old, so, you know, anything's fun.
Yeah.
And went down and I did pretty well. I mean, a year later, I bowled my first sort of interprovincial or coastal challenge at the age of 8, and I came third in the sort of under 18 division.
Yeah.
Which was great for me back then. It was no big feat, but it was a sort of a way to let me know that maybe there's something I should take a bit more seriously. You know, I was still young and did it for fun, and I ended up doing it for years. I played provincials, which is probably the equivalent of sort of county.
Yeah.
Over here, and just stuck with it from there. You know, it progressed. I ended up making it into the under 19 team for the EYC in 1996, which was the first time someone from my province had ever done that. And yeah, progressed from there. I went to the under 24 World Champs. I think they called it World Youth Champs.
Yeah.
So under 24 events in the Dominican Republic in 2000. Finished school around that time. Got into partying and socializing, and you know, dropped the ball for lack of a better term. And always stayed with it. I always enjoyed bowling and passionate about it. And you know, you start working and your career sort of takes over.
Yeah.
And sort of you get into it and you slack off a bit and get back into it. I entered the World Cup qualifier in 2009. And Guy was actually away at the time, so the competition in the field was slightly less challenging.
A little bit easier.
Yeah. So I got sort of a gimme into the World Cup in Malaysia, which was good. I in fact bowled Vegas the year before that, and really wanted to plan to bowl a lot more overseas, but it's just tough from South Africa, you know. From
everything's going to be a big long
and
flight.
Travel distance, yeah. It's you know, you need 2 days for travel there, and a day and a half coming back, and the time zones, it's hectic.
Whereabouts were you based in South Africa when you were there?
Originally from Cape Town. I stayed there till I was 23, 24, and then moved up to Johannesburg.
So you lived through the troubles down there as well, didn't you? Really, before?
Yeah. It's been interesting the last couple of years. It's on a steady sort of downward spiral, sadly. I mean, it's a beautiful country.
Yeah.
But politically, I think we're going through a lot.
Transition again.
Yeah. You know, it comes in phases, and unfortunately, it's on one of those negative trends.
Yeah.
It's, you know, as with anyone that goes, it's a captivating place.
So leading this, I was going to say, so on a positive note, you've moved to Scotland.
Oh yeah.
You've come from the hot weather to the cold
weather. Less crime and less sunshine.
Yeah. And how do you? What happens when you come into contact with grass then, being allergic to it? What?
Well, no. I mean, you know, as with most allergies, you tend to outgrow them. There are still a couple of things that affect me. If I have, you know, shellfish is still something that's a definite no for me.
Yeah.
But the bulk of everything that I was allergic to as a kid has you know, come to pass.
So you've kind of gone from a country that's not really known for a lot of grass to grass everywhere.
Rolling
in
green
Ireland.
hills.
Yeah, rolling green hills. And you're based just between Edinburgh and
Glasgow. Yeah.
Glasgow, I believe.
Yeah, areas Whitburn. Quite close to Deer Park, with a decent centre. So yeah.
Yeah, it's nice in Scotland, though, isn't it?
It is. It's very, very subdued.
Laid
by
back.
Comparison, yeah.
Yeah.
It's laid back.
Have you been into the cities much? You've been to Glasgow and into Edinburgh?
I have. I've spent as much time as possible, you know, get out and go take a look and see everything and get to know everyone. And friends of mine actually from a girl that I went to school with, actually from primary school right through high school. Her husband is the GM of the Hilton in Glasgow.
All right.
So when we touched base there, we spent a couple of nights there. They were a good help for us as to where to go and how to get around.
Have you been around when the Edinburgh Festival's on?
We did Hogmanay last year,
Yeah.
which was pretty good. We went to the Winter Wonderland in December. Now took our kids for their first white Christmas.
So you've not seen the shows on Princes Street and stuff like that?
No,
Yeah.
no, not yet.
Oh, you've got it all to come then.
But there's plenty to go, and I think it's pretty fortunate being, my age and going to a new country where we get to experience things that have been there for the locals to experience for years and years and years. It's the same as being in South Africa. People going up Table Mountain in Cape Town. I lived there for 23 years, and I think I went up there twice.
Really?
So it's one of the wonders of the world, and it's on your doorstep, and you take it.
You don't appreciate things until they're not there.
You really don't. There are a lot of things that you overlook because it's been part of your life for so long, and you sit back here now and go, wish I had some of those. I wish I could go do that.
Yeah.
It's
And
far from the best.
family over in Scotland as well then?
My wife's family over here, her folks and her brother. My two brothers and their kids and my mum and dad are back in South Africa. So,
Any
hopefully.
kids?
Myself, 2, a little boy that's 5 and a daughter that's 6.
How are they settling into Scotland?
They love it.
Yeah?
The accents got them when they started. They thought it was a laugh. They enjoy going to school. The curriculum's pretty different to back home, but they enjoy it. It's a change for them.
I'll be interested to hear your accent in a couple of years then. South African mixed with Scottish will be...
My kids are onto it already. They know that it's there. They haven't actually sort of started changing their accents, but they ask for certain things. Back home, my son always takes it to my wife and asks for yogurt. In South Africa, it's yogurt. That's it.
Yeah, and yogurt. For
yogurt.
Us, yeah.
What are you talking
about?
Yogurt, please, mum.
Do you speak Afrikaans?
I do.
You speak a little bit of it, yeah?
Mijn naam is Jason. Ik is oorspronkelijk van Zuid-Afrika. Ik is nou in Skotland en is nou bezig om een toernooi te bouwen in Ireland.
I understood that about as much as I do Scottish.
Yeah, you got a Dutch counterpart there. I'm sure they'd have a...
Yeah, he'll definitely understand parts of it, yeah.
I've actually, like I said, I bowled the EYC 96 and the World Champs in 2000 and got to meet a lot of guys from all over the world. And a few of them actually bowling this tournament. But yeah, we've kept in touch through things like Facebook. And the Dutch people, obviously strange enough, or not strange enough, I suppose Afrikaans is some sort of distant Dutch kind of language. When we turn and travel together or we meet overseas, we tend to talk, because if they speak slowly, we can understand what they're talking about, and sort of vice versa. So we tend to latch onto each other and have a bit of a laugh, because there's certain words that are really close, but there are others that sound the same but have entirely different meanings. Yeah, entirely.
And how do you get on with the Scottish then? Because there's varying degrees of Scottish.
Well, and I've been led to believe that as well. The people that I've met have all been great. I haven't had a bad experience with anyone over there. People ask me all the time, and I can just say that they're really friendly. They're warm and accepting. As far as the experiences that we've had as a family. But yeah, we hear the stories, and I suppose you hear that anywhere you go.
Well, you find that anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
There's idiots and there's crime and you could go to some of the bad countries in the world. You'll still find beautiful people that will look after you. If you put yourself in a bad area, then...
Well, the cool thing for us is we've sort of got out by going bowling, and generally speaking, in the bowling sense, the people are quite accepting. So, where are you from? South Africa. This guy's from South Africa, and bowling, get involved in the league and go bowl a tournament, and people are always willing to give you advice, which is really, really cool. It helps a lot. And it helps you build up a bit of a
rapport with them,
rapport and friendship, and start building on relationships, and
so you're enjoying it so far then?
Yeah, it's been pretty good, and it's good to be back bowling in the international tournaments. So I hope to spend a bit more time out on the lanes and travelling around the world.
Well, that's it. It's going to be nice to see you. Everything's a little hot now. Once you're in Europe, it's a hop. It's a couple of hours here or an hour there. Or
I was planning to go to Vegas the first week of Feb back in South Africa, and it's a 32 to 36 hour transit time.
Yeah.
It's probably close to 800, 700, 800 pounds for a trip.
Yeah.
Whereas based here it's 15 hours, one stop, £500 for the tickets. It changes the dynamic of everything, especially going into the US, but even more so anywhere in Europe is a flight for.
Have you travelled much in Europe before now? Is the countries you really want to visit?
Well, I'd like to bowl in some of the colder countries, not for the weather. No, Finland, Sweden, Norway, those sort of places. The conditions and the ratios, the oiling ratios are pretty tough. I haven't bowled on them.
Yeah.
I've only heard, and I'd like to go and give it a bash.
Give it a go. Yeah.
Have a bit of humble pie.
Yeah.
Nice, loose, free swing. This condition really allows you to experiment. It's very forgiving. So it's fun to bowl on. But I'd like to play in the tournaments that a lot of my mates, the guys that I've met through bowling, are competing in. Martin, Larson, Oscar, they are sort of they were the epitome of the youth and the ability of the youth when I was
when
there.
you was a kid, yeah.
And they've stayed with it and progressed really well, and they've turned it into careers. And I'd like to go and compete with them in that sort of field.
Excellent, yeah. You're going to come into the finals now. Are you going to attack the lanes in any different way to you did before? You're just going to read it as it goes?
There's a lot of free hook here, and just looking around, people throwing balls, there's a strong possibility I might take something a little bit weaker and try it up the right-hand side. You're always getting read at the back. The shape's always there, and I think it's just about repeating shots and not trying to overthrow it.
Yeah.
The ball will recover. And I think that's what caught me in game 3 yesterday. I was sort of in between. So in practice today, I might take my skyrocket and throw it up the boards between 5 and 8, somewhere around there. And see.
We've been thinking that ourselves, that a lot of players need to play a little bit more down and in.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the footage. I bowled on the Bourbon Street pattern before, back home. In one of Guy's centres, got a kegel machine, and we've played on it. And I was watching the footage from last year, and Brian Voss did really well, and he wasn't putting much on the ball, and he was like slotting it all the time, just repeating shots and getting that read. And I think it takes, the more you can take out of the effort for the ball, the more chance you've got of repeating those shots. And
definitely, yeah, a little bit forward roll on the ball.
So I'd like to try that in practice today and see how it goes, see who I'm matched up with. I actually haven't even got my head around how the finals work. I know there's match play, which is a good thing. I'd like to be able to compete and have a bit of in your face with someone.
Yeah.
Go up there and say,
a little bit of a match.
Match me. Let's go for it. So I'd like to see who I'm up against, and maybe if I've got some room after a couple of frames, take it to the outside and see what sort of results I get. But practice can always be a bit deceiving.
Yeah.
You tend to get, especially me, I tend to get more aggressive as I'm going. You get confident and you get aggressive, and the adrenaline's pumping, and you tend to throw it a bit faster. And I want to try and avoid that. Over-under read.
Don't get too excited too quick.
Getting in my own head, which is no good.
Well, good luck in the finals, Jason, and thanks for coming on again.
Thank you very much for your time.
We didn't want to leave this without getting the interview. It's you come a long way, and then we ruin your interview for you.
Well, whenever you need me,
we needed to do it again, and I think we probably got a better one the second time round anyway. So that's it. Thank you for coming on, and I hope you've enjoyed your trip so far. It's been a pleasure to have you here.
Absolutely.
And we'd like to see you in the top few at the end.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Take it from there. Excellent. Thanks a lot, Jason, and we'll see you again soon.
Cool.
Cheers, bud. Thanks, mate. So where we're on the lanes, Jay. Simon, are we into the last game now?
Yeah, we're going to the last game.
We'll give it a couple of frames and then we can have a run down. And do you want to go down this time and have a look at some scores? And it's you that's going to worry about it more than I.
Yeah.
You can work out. You can take the camera if you want, or just go down and have a look anyway.
Yeah, I will have a look. And
probably no point bothering with the mobile cam for this one. But you can give us a rough idea of who you think's maybe going to go past you. We need to know who the squad winner's going to be.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed the interview there with Jason. Ferret Master, we've read that one. Tried watching replay of Squad 13, but it says there's something about being blocked in my country. Yeah, the uploads that have gone in, some of them, they've got some background music and stuff, and YouTube, they don't like that. They can mute them or they ban the video, so we'll work on that.
Yeah, we are recording all the squads locally, and we will be uploading them after this weekend.
Yeah, as soon as we get time to do it, really.
Yeah.
It's, you don't really get time during the tournament to.
No.
That's where you start needing 3 or 4 people.
Some need editing, cutting, so it's a lot of work to do with some squads.
We'll get it sorted though.
Yeah.
Jason looks a bit like a rugby player. He's a chunky monkey, isn't he? He's a big guy.
Yeah.
He's got that like Hell's Angels look to him with the bald head and the beard. Nice guy though. So your featured pair now have got Tore Danielsen, Ake Benson, Elliot Crosby and Hollister Ann. And he's going to give it a couple of frames and then Simon's going to go down and have a look who's going to beat him. Greg Marcus was going okay. Who else? Grant Duggan was doing okay. There's 3 or 4 players that could potentially get round about 1400, but we'll know in 5 or 6 minutes. I hope you've enjoyed the qualifying. We're just coming up to the end of it now, and then the business side of the tournament begins. We'll have the Desperado at 3:45. Not sure how many players we've got on the Desperado yet, but you look like a rugby player, Jason, apparently. You're a prop forward. Yeah, we've just started this last game now, so we'll get a rough estimation of where the cup's going to end up. Yeah, we've got Jason here just laughing at your comment, Fred. Ethan Hall in the pocket for a strike on 7 and 8. The couple of lanes going to be delayed. Just monitors are going on now. We've had 1 or 2 mechanical faults today and a little slight problem with the scoring, which has all been rectified now. So I think we're running a little bit over, but not much. Lee Credlin, 2-time county champion. Strike, nice spare strike down there on 11 and 12. Grant Duggan with a spare and double, also on 11 and 12. Grant went 230 odd, 230 odd, 230 odd, and then he had a lower game, I think. But he's got a good run of games at the moment. We're still not sure how many are going to be over 14. Potentially 2 or 3. England's Elliot Crosby opens up with a spare, and he's just stepping up in the white and blue shirt for Storm. Tore Torgenson's another guy we could probably have on for an interview at some point. A legend. Very deep, Elliot. Gets the strike. Just too early in the game to tell you about too many players with frames. Scott Walmsley's opened up with a spare double. Keep your comments and chat coming in. David Barrett, is that Don Barrett's dad? Is that you, Dave? And hi again to Bernie Bowling. Thank you. Thank you. I'll let Simon back in actually, and then he can. So, what did you see?
There are a lot of guys who can make the 1400. Too much
high 14s or just low 14s?
Both.
Both. Who we're looking at then? Stefan, Grant.
Chris Pedersen.
Pedersen, yeah.
He's bowling really well. Scott Walmsley has 160, 170 over.
Who had the most that you saw?
I think it's Krista.
Krista.
Yep.
Well, we'll keep his eye on Krista and possibly get him up for the.
Yeah, it's
the
hard to
interview.
say. They're really close, so.
You're getting worried now.
Yeah.
So what do they need? They need 1436. 1436, and if 2 people go past you, that knocks you into round 1 and not round 2.
Yeah.
Right. So that would.
Yeah, 1437 if they want to kick me out directly.
That'll put you back on the lanes at 7 and not 9. That'll put you back on the lanes at 7 and not 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah, 8 o'clock instead of 10.
Right.
So.
Scott Walmsley's spare turkey there.
Yeah, he has 170, 160, 170 over, so that's a good game.
How was Jamie Bottomley doing? He's gone front 4 there.
Yeah.
Front 5 even.
He went high, low, high, low.
High, low, high, low. Yeah. Oh yeah, Dom Barrett doing well in the PBA at the moment on Japan.
Dom, line first.
Yeah. Yeah, 23 wins and 9 losses, I think, in his match play. Pull another chair in between us.
I want to stand.
Oh, you want to stand?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right.
I'm getting cold when I'm sitting down. So.
Yeah. I'm not too bad now. It's quite warm in here now. It's warmed up a little bit.
No, I'm still cold.
Got to work a bit harder, mate. Grant Duggan with a spare double spare strike. As we said, Jamie Bottomley front 5. But what we'll do is, if you missed the Jason interview, we're going to crop that during the break, if we've got time between that and the Desperado, and we'll stick that on the Talk Tenpin Facebook page. If you've missed any of the interviews, they should be up there. We've not got all of them up there yet, but the majority. Kira Ray is up there. Also the tournament leader, Tim Stamp. Scott Walmsley on a spare and 4 in a row. Down on 11 and 12. Is David. Hi David, you alright mate? Yeah, Dom is he has a great chance of winning this 5th title. It's decent money in Japan as well, isn't it, Dave? I don't want to blow smoke up anybody's backside, but I think Dom's going to start winning a lot more titles now. I think he's paid his dues in the early part of his career in the PBA, and I think I don't think we've seen the best of him yet. He's still way too young to know exactly what he's going to do in his career. Already in the UK Hall of Fame at, what is he now, 26 or something, 27? 40,000. Woohoo! Yeah, that's all right, isn't it? 40,000. Tom lost 190 pins last game in Japan and still 250 pins clear. Says Wilson. I always knew somebody called Dom would be a fantastic PBA champion. I just knew it wouldn't be me. But he's done a lot for our name. He's made the word Dominic a world name. Thanks, mate. Still weird when we're at the Weber Cup and somebody shouts Dom and we both look round. When you call Dom, it's weird calling somebody else Dom.
Going back to the hotel.
You go back to the hotel? Okay then. See you later on, mate. So I'm going to just make a quick bathroom break, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes because we've got Jamie Bottomley on front 6 and Scott Walmsley on a 290 pace on lane 11. So just bear with us a moment. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Right, we're back again. KLC Brook, hi Dom, just got in from work. How's Joe and Sam doing? Sam's struggling a little bit. He's pilled up with painkillers, but he's struggling a little bit. He's still in pain. Not sure scores wise. Yeah, don't worry about the streams that we've already done. We're going to work through them and get them up online. We're mainly just going to be live at the moment, but we will try and get the recordings up as quick as we can. You've got to trim them, take out all the music so that there's no conflict of copyright issues. You just need somebody singing a song behind you and they mute your video. Nice, thank you. Joe was doing all right though. Okay. Oh, you're welcome. So we've got Jamie Bottomley on the front 9. We'll spin the camera when he's got another couple of strikes on the board. We don't want to jinx him now because the 2014 champion needs a game to get himself up the pecking order. Scott Walmsley on a 290 pace. 7 spare and then 7 in a row. Not actually sure who the squad winner is going to be. It might be a case we might miss an interview with somebody. We'll just pull up a random, maybe somebody that did quite well. Come on, JB, says Wilson. Kelly says, I guess Lee ain't going through. I think we're going to be slightly delayed on the Desperado because we're not going to be finished till around about 1/2 maybe a little bit beyond that. And the Desperado was due to start at 1:45. So I think we're going to be at least 15, 20 minutes late before the Desperado, maybe even 45 minutes late. And 7 pin for Jamie Bottomley. So probably all that's left to say is thank you for watching qualifying. Hope you've enjoyed it. We are going to be continuing the Desperado. I'm on my own now. Simon's just gone back to the hotel for a rest. He's due to play later on this evening in the final rounds. He's not sure whether it's going to be final step 1 or final step 2. We'll know at the end of this block. $279 for Jamie Bottomley if he strikes. Another player with a run of strikes down there. Is that the front? Give me a second. Yeah, it was Miles Duke that had gone the front 9, but he's just left a 7 pin. Yeah, the first frame in the 10th. So Elliot Crosby on the featured pair there, 87 in the 5th, with a 4-bagger on the board in frames 6, 7, 8 and 9. The finals are actually tonight, Ferret Master. Final step 1, part 1 and part 2, and then final step 2 will be taking us up to just after midnight, probably 1 o'clock in the morning like it was last year, and then we're back in the morning for final step 3. Shorter day hopefully for tomorrow. So as this score starts to finish, I'm going to disappear for a minute or two just to try and confirm a squad winner so that we can get somebody up for the interview. And Roxy says, really? That's pretty late. Yeah, tell me about it. Does the Despo winner still go around to final round 3? No. They go to final round 1, G. You'd have everybody playing the Desperado to get to final step 3. So Elliot Crosby. Lane 9, very deep. Rips the rack for 5 in a row. He finished with a 237. So bear with me a moment. I'm just going to have a quick run down the lanes and try and get confirmation of possible squad winner. So yeah, it looks like Scott Walmsley could well have taken this one with 14.53, which puts him above Simon. You watching, Simon? I'll have to get confirmation of anybody else passing you, but definitely Scott's gone past you. He's just moving his stuff around, so we'll get him up for a quick interview. Top 92, I believe, I've been told it goes through G. Top 6 get 2 buys, and top the next 6 down to 12 get 1 buy, apparently. That's what I've been led to believe, I think.
I don't even know when I'm bowling again.
I don't think anybody does. It's like, am I in? Am I not? When am I playing?
I think I'm probably the bubble. It's 14.36 the number for 12.
It could be around about that, yeah. 14, what did I say now? 14.57 has just been bowled. So that 14.57. I don't know about the next player, but at least one 14.57. That was Scott Walmsley just there. Wilson says, Big Scott throws it decent. Throws it decent. Yeah, he had a good last game there. 280 odd or something, 289 with it, or 279. So we'll just wait for Scott to come up. Better change the graphic. few minutes away from Scott coming up for his interview. Obviously, we're leaving the stream on. We will knock off the commentary for a bit until we get confirmation of scores. But as soon as we know what the cuts were and who made it through in what part, we will let you know. Yeah, I thought that on the. I've been telling everybody we're top 72, but somebody told me earlier we're 92. Yeah. 68 players. 6 players from category A. 14 from category B, C and D. The 68 players from E are seeded 1 to 68 for final step 1, and the 4 players from category F are seeded 69 to 72 for final step 1. So yeah, 72 go through. Final step 1, 72 players will play 4 games. You need a degree to work out entry forms sometimes. Just where's Scott? Just about. I think he's putting his bowling balls away. Just set up the studio for him. He's just taking his bowling balls up now, so we should have him in about 3 or 4 minutes' time. Yeah, Wilson says final step 1, 37 to 42, Saturday, blah, 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 blah. Right, got the headset ready. Well, just on that seat there, bud. There we go. Can you hear me okay, Scott?
Yes, I can, yeah.
Excellent. Turn it up a little bit more so you get me a bit better. There we go. So joining us now in the virtual Storm studio is Scott Walmsley. 1457, did you say?
1453, yeah.
1457. And what ball did you play with, first of all?
It was with the Ebonite pivot point. I only just drilled a couple of weeks ago just to see how it worked, and it worked pretty well today, of course.
Yeah. Did you need to move much across the house?
Not really. The first 3 games went pretty well. After that, I made a slight mistake. I just didn't really have the same routine all the time. So then I just moved over just a bit outwards, and since then I've been starting striking again. So
you finished well at the end there.
Yes. That was a 279, I think it was. Yeah. So
really good.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with it.
Have you played this event before?
Yeah, this is me 8th year at the moment. So
have you made the cut each year, or?
I've always gone through for the next round, but not really on a high level. I mean, I like the bowling, but I work a lot as well, so I try to combine it a bit. But
what do you do for a job?
Well, actually, I'm a mechanic for the bowling lanes and lane machines as well.
Right.
So it's
AMF or Brunswick?
Brunswick, Kegel machines, whatever. So
right, GSX and
that's all.
8270 man myself. I worked on that. Didn't really like the Brunswick ones. If you've grown up with AMF, you were Brunswick.
Yeah.
But a lot of the AMF machine was kind of based on the Brunswick machine. A lot of it, the tables and the and that kind of thing. How often do you get out into Europe these days?
Not much, to be honest. I've only just started bowling again since a month ago.
Yeah?
Because I was too busy with work. I didn't bowl since May, I think. And only just like a month ago I said, I need to get practicing again just for the Irish Open. So
it's usually the case that you find that you have a little bit of time off and you come back stronger.
Yeah.
Or it could be the sort of opposite, I'm out of practice. And
well,
you
you kind of relax in. You're just going to see what's going to happen. So and luckily I just didn't score too well on the first 2 squads. I thought I'll just change my mind, see what I can do. This is what happened today. So
you got a bit of an English twang to your voice there.
Yes, my parents are English, so they are from Chester.
Yeah. So did you grow up in England and
go
to
no,
Holland?
I was born in Holland, but I was raised English, so that's why I still
right. So it's quite amazing that you've kind of grown up Dutch.
Yeah.
Yet you've still got the accent because of your parents.
Yes. We still speak English at home, and just normal thing.
Excellent. Will you do anything different in the later rounds now? Or are you just going to kind of go with the flow and see what happens on the lane?
I'm just going to see how it goes.
Happens?
I was just having some troubles with my knees and my hips, to be honest. So I was just like getting through that. Luckily, it didn't hurt too much. So I'm just going to see how it goes, and we'll keep on going.
High series and high games. You had 300.
Yeah, I've had 2 300s, but they're like years ago.
Yeah.
I was still practicing a lot, and now with work, I'm just not able to do that anymore. So.
High 6-game set.
I think that was going to be like 1490, something like that. Yeah.
Right.
So
you weren't far off it.
Not far off.
Block, really.
It's nearly there.
But overall, happy with the way you performed.
Yes.
You've come through at the right time.
I'm really happy I could make it, and yes, I'm ready for the next one. So.
Were you nervous going into that block, knowing that you needed a number to get through?
Not really. I'm just normally got like a mindset like, oh, I'm just going for it and just keeping focused. That was my problem the first 2 squads. I wasn't really focused long enough, and now it's just like I'm going for. I'm like really biting for it.
You're banging into it now.
Yes.
You're ready for it, yeah. Well, good luck. You've made a friend in us now. Now that we know you're part English as well, so we're going to claim that part of you now.
Perfect.
As far as we're concerned, you've got Scott Walmsley. Sounds like English. You speak a little bit like English. Forget the Dutch. So if you win, you're ours.
That's okay. I'll do that.
Like we always do in England.
Perfect.
But congratulations, and we'll see you in the finals.
Cheers. Thanks
well
a lot.
done, mate. So that concludes the qualifying. We're going to go off to a short commercial break. I'll show you the graphics and stuff, and then we'll be back without commentary. But keep watching, and as soon as you hear the sound going again, we'll be giving you a download of the scores, who's made it through and who hasn't. So thanks for watching again, and we'll see you in the Desperado.
Professional tournaments. We won a lot of tournaments worldwide. I mean, we won more in the last 10 years worldwide than any company. We make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them.
Okay, then welcome back everybody to the 28th Irish Open live from the Leisureplex Bowling Centre in Stillorgan, Dublin, Ireland. We have come some scores now then. Obviously winning qualifying was Tim Stamp with 15.22. The cut for the top 6 was Tore Torgersen with 14.58. So the top 6 was 14.58. The top 12 was Simon Sheppers on 14.36. Tore Torgersen 14.58. Simon Sheppers 14.36. Players in the top 10 included then Tim Stamp, Rob Thirlby, Paul Moore, Colm Cloak, Kenneth Hermansen, Tore Torgersen, Scott Walmsley, John Bang, Petri Kituri, Jason Biziandout, Ricky Froldy and Simon Sheppers. I believe the last name I've got on the whole sheet in 68th position was a 2:15, 12.93. 12.93 I think is the cut. Because you've got another 4 players on top for the Desperado, which would make you 72. So the cut was 12.93, I believe.
Okay, bowlers in the Desperado squad, good afternoon. We're bowling one game, we stay on the same lane, and we're going to give some 5 minutes practice. So as soon as your lane's strong, you make friends. 5 minutes practice.
I don't know, you need a degree to work out who's made it where. So we've got Despo on now. Looks like at least 18 players. Desperado half an hour late by the looks of it. To give you a rough idea of who is in the Desperado, we've got Sam Rose, Jemmy Sappis, Ashley Gill, Richard Stevens, Selwyn Morgan. Who else we got? Aoife Hall, Yifat Tal, Miriam Lingard, Linny Almastrand, Stephen Geeter, Ashley Gentry, Jos Bakker, Aoife Hall. Who else we got? A couple more, I'm not sure of the names. Another Scots lad, which one's that? No idea. Craig Barrett. Lewis, the Scots lad, but I'm not sure who that one is. And they've got a couple of shots on each lane. So we'll be back in a few moments with the Desperado.
Bowlers, just a reminder about the final steps. If you're placed in the top 72, places 37 to 72, bowl at 5:15. If you're placed in the top 36, 1 to 36, bowl at 7:45 this evening. Now, bowlers of the Desperado squad, that completes your practice. Okay, you bowl one game, stay on the same lane please, and the top 4 players advance to the next round. Good luck to you all and good bowling.
Right, folks, here we go. Desperado. Graham Stewart up. Selwyn gets a turkey or 2. Burner, yeah, 2. 35 euros for the Despo, apparently. Nice way to make a bit of money, isn't it? 35 euro. Right, let's have a look down the lane, see what we can see. Stephen Gator opens up with a double. And that's about it at the minute. Got a little bit of a bet with Lee Cocker, Paul Moore and Rob Thirlby, what the low number of the Despo is going to be. I've gone for 214. They've all gone for like 222, 227 and 229, I think. Whoever's closest to the lowest number gets the 6 or 8 euros or whatever it is. Stephen Geeter adds another one for a turkey, so he's going strong. Another player down there with front 3 looks like Yifat Tal, which he left a single pin. So Stephen Geeter's the only one perfect through 3 at the moment. You're not still trying to flog that ISBT Senior Tour, are you, Bernie? 219 you saying G? Yeah, I went 214 myself. It's usually around about 220, isn't it? I've seen lower ones. I've seen people get through on a 198 before. So Selwyn has opened up with a strike 9 spare double. Come on, Selwyn. One more strike and we'll get a turkey noise. Come on, Selwyn. Go on, Selwyn, lad. Stephen Geeter with a single pin. Oh, he's missed it. It was an 8 miss, so turkey at 8 miss. Selwyn Morgan looks like the pick of the players at the moment. We're just coming up to the 5th frame for a lot of the players. Come on, Selwyn. Another one, lad. Bucky place in the next round. Oh, he's dropped that short. Brooklyn! Yes! I don't even know who that is. I don't even think I saw him in qualifying. Natoras Baltongs, is it? 9 miss turkey. I'll commentate up until about the 9th frame, and then I'm going to run up and down the lanes just to get confirmation of the 4, so I can do it a lot quicker than anyone else. Selwyn, wash out. One lad, slide it across. Richard Stevens with an open frame, then strike 9 spare turkey. James Fitzpatrick, front 3, 7 spare double. Sam Rose is right down on 1 and 2, so I can't give you a score for Sam yet. Come on, Selwyn. Unlucky, mate. All right, Selwyn, come on. Ashley Gill going all right. 4 spares and then a double. Make that turkey and a 9 count. And Richard Stevens adds another one for 4 in a row, going strong. Selwyn Morgan 154 in the 7th after an open. If Brooklyn again has gone a bit high, just relax a little bit, Selwyn. Right, so I'm going to make my way onto the lanes. Just bear with me for a few moments. I'll get confirmation of the scores as they come through, and we'll get the top 4 quicker than anybody else. Okay, folks, in the absence of making mistakes, I don't think I have, but it looks like Ashley Gill with a 233 and ladies bonus 241. She was the top one. In second place, Jos Bakker from the Netherlands with 233. In third place, Rich Stevens with 226. And the number 225, it looks like, Craig Barrett. So it looks like Ashley Gill, Jos Bakker, Rich Stevens and Craig Barrett. But we'll get confirmation of that very shortly. Okay, just waiting for it confirmed over the PA, but Ashley Gill, Jos Bakker, Rich Stevens and Craig Barrett. The number 225 was the low score. 241 with ladies bonus was the top score. Right, thank you for watching. We're going to take a break again now and we'll be back for final step 1, which is listed at 17:15, 45 minutes away. Might be on time. It might be quarter of an hour late. But please join us then. So we're going to go off to the graphics and we'll be back a little bit later. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.
Professional tournaments. We won a lot of tournaments worldwide. I mean, we won more in the last 10 years worldwide than any company. We make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them. For the first 10 years of making bowling balls, it was a big struggle. We had a lot of ups and downs and a lot of mistakes we made, but we learned from them. I mean, you don't go to school to learn how to make a bowling ball. You know, you can't buy a book on it. And a lot of what we were doing hadn't been done before anyway in the bowling ball industry. So it's always trial and error. We're always looking for the next thing. Still, when I walk downstairs and walk through the plant, there's some days it just overwhelms me that what's happened here. Just a lot of good people working hard, constantly trying to get better. Everybody here works together and understands that everybody's important, and I take a lot of pride in being a part of that. Well, bowling's been good to me. It's my life, and I take a lot of pride and try to help people get introduced to it and enjoy it.